Hey guys, so today we're gonna talk about probably the thing that I find to be the hardest there is when it comes to software development. It is by far the thing that I suck most at in this world of IT. So let's get into it. Now, why am I being so dramatic? Let's be honest here, there's quite a range of things that I suck at, but this one at least I suck a little bit extra at. And that is the art of getting something right. What do I mean by getting something right? Well, I mean to get something just right. Getting something to work is a lot easier than getting something just right. Let's elaborate a little bit here. So the other day I was working, just a normal day, and this story comes my way, right? Implement a editing system for one of our administrative panels on one of the systems that I support or that I work on. And I said, okay, sure, I'll start working. And the first thing that I notice is that, all right, the artboards and like all the stuff that they want in order to like kind of build this is not really consistent with all the decisions that we've had so far in the company, because we make, companies have certain practices and they like to make up their own rules about how to do certain things. So as to keep things a little bit consistent at least. And so I go to my manager and I ask, but if you look at these artboards and like stuff of this stuff here, right? It doesn't look anything like what we've been deciding so far and like what we want to do. Oh, no, but this is just an administrative panel. We don't care so much about this internal tool. We just want something really, really quickly. Okay, and I go, yeah, okay, sure. So quality is, not that important. Well, quality is important. Just do it really, really fast. Okay. And then I kind of go, I shuffle over to my desk and I sit down and I go, okay, what the fuck does that mean? What does that mean? All right, so the artboards is not to be trusted. This is just something that the designer kind of threw together, and it's just to illustrate kind of what they want, but at the same time, like it's gonna have to go fast, but at the same time, the quality has to be decent. This is a just right moment. This is a story where the definition of what you're supposed to be doing is so loose that honestly, the customer in this case, my managers, it's only them who know what just right is. There's no way for me to know like what is fast. Like, don't go so hard on quality, but still keep some quality. What does that mean? So I started working. And I did the thing that I usually do, and this is the thing that I always do, unless somebody has taken the time to, and I always invite to this, I always try to do this, I always try to sit us all down and have a discussion and make sure that we know exactly what it is that we're supposed to be building, and I always try to talk to my stakeholders and so forth to make sure that they know what they're actually asking for. This time I didn't really have that option, so that's when I do the quick and dirty. I just throw things together quickly as possible and shove it in their laps and say, hey, this is now done, have a look. And then they start testing and clicking and so forth. And of course, as you can imagine, that's not really what they want. Okay, I go, what is the issue? And then you get a bunch of issues that you kind of have to deal with, and you start working through those. And you fix them as quickly and as ad hoc as possible, because you're on a deadline, right? You need speed. That's the whole idea, right? Because the requirement was, don't go too heavy on quality, just get it done quickly, but don't, overdo it. Don't like completely ignore quality at the same time. So not so much quality, some quality. All right, so I keep on working. And we iterate like this a few times until finally we arrive at something that is actually shippable. And the amount of times we tested and redid things, well, let's just say that it was quite a few times. And this is something that I can, for the life of me, never understand. I honestly, guys, I don't think I will ever get to a point where I will understand this. Because if we had taken the time to actually, like the time investment of making this proper and like actually sitting down and having a real discussion about, okay, what is the scope of this? Like what is actually supposed to be happening, instead of leaving everything to the wind and having all these discussions back and forth. Okay, this is not what we expected, this is what we want. I think of it as almost exploratory coding, because that's basically what it is. It is basically exploratory coding, where you are given a template of what you're supposed to be doing, and it's open to interpretation, so you do your own interpretation, and unless you are the sort of person who really understands your stakeholder, you're gonna get it wrong. And I am unfortunately one of those sorry suckers who just don't get the mind of the people that make the requirements. Just don't get it. Because the thing is, you may think, oh well, Fredrik, maybe you shouldn't just have hacked it together, maybe you should have gone high quality. I got you covered. You see, there was a few weeks ago where this happened too. I started working on this, it's very similar feature to this. Same administrative tool, same thing. But this time I had this idea, all right, I assume that we are the sort of company who wants high quality things. We want things to behave in a certain way and be consistent with good practices and all that good stuff, right? Started working, thought I did things in a fairly decent time, shipped it, and my stakeholder, or my manager, comes over and says, oh, this is great, Fredrik, it's awesome, but I think you overdid it a little bit. Okay, what do you mean overdid it? Well, you mean this is just an internal tool, we don't really care so much about this, it's just, you know, just next time just hack it together like quick like. And I go, okay, but sure, I can hack it together. You see, if you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. So my suggestion to you guys is to do what I do, unless, as I said, you're gifted, very gifted with understanding what just right means. Make sure that you have a good understanding of what it is that you're going to ship. Because if you are uncertain and you start interpreting things, or if you don't go and ask your manager, because that's the thing I kind of had to do. You build something very quickly, show it immediately, and then iterate, show it again, iterate, show it again, etc., etc. Unless you do that, you can never get it right. And I don't know about you, but it's not a nice feeling when you try to build something and you get all these remarks about, all right, no, this is not great, Fredrik, we should fix this and we should fix that and so forth. And I go, yeah, that's okay, sure, I can fix that, but you know, if we just sat down and had talked about this to begin with, maybe we could save some time on all this unnecessary retesting of the same feature. We'll see. Honestly guys, there's nothing to take away from this. Just a warning. Make sure that you either understand what just right means, or that you have a really intimate dialogue with your stakeholders. Have a great day.